I'm Izzy Hammond, and today I'm getting behind the wheel of a Red Bull F1 car. We're here at Oracle Red Bull Racing. These are the trophies. Let's go and see what else they've got. Now, I'm more than happy to admit that I'm a fairly new F1 fan, and Drive to Survive can only teach you so much. So today, my mission is to dig deeper and understand the fundamentals of how an F1 car actually works. So this is sort of pit stop central here. This is where they practice. And this, what do you call this thing?
That's the pit stop gantry.
Pit stop gantry.
Yep.
So this comes with you across the world?
This is an exact replica of what they use at the circuit, yes.
And that's gone now, I'm guessing, to the next race.
Yeah. But what you see in the pit lane is exactly like this setup here.
Right. And how many people do you have around the car?
It's roughly about 17 or 18 people in one go. So you have 3 people per corner, a jackman front and rear, a couple of car steady people, and then car control. And then on top of that, you also have some reserve jack people as well, and some tyre feeders.
Because you guys are quite quick at this.
They're pretty rapid, yeah.
Yeah, you're quite quick.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Yeah. And they're literally all just doing one thing. Like
yes. Yeah, exactly that. So they practice over and over again, all with their specific roles to do. So when it comes to the race, it's just choreographed and should be nice and straightforward. So,
do we think I could be part of this pit crew, maybe?
Don't see why not.
I could give it a go. I reckon that wheel's got my name on it.
I think it probably has. I think you could probably get hold of the wheel gun there and see what you like with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Go on! Go on! Bit more.
I've just broken it.
No, kick. Push. There you go. Now relax.
And that's the pit stop.
Easy. That was 6 seconds, 7 seconds on its own. Just a
bit of practice. A little bit of practice. Okay, so we're now in the Heritage Workshop, and there's lots of little fun bits to look at. You're going to tell me all about them.
Hopefully.
Okay, let's go. So we've got some fun little things going on here.
Yep.
I don't know what most of them are.
They are all various components from various different years of all of our cars basically that were built here. So
this is what's really caught my eye.
Yep. You can pick that up.
Stop.
You can.
Ooh, okay. What happens if I drop it?
Fortunately, that one is actually only a dummy one.
Oh, I'm gonna chuck it.
Looks the real thing, but yeah. That's not an invite to drop it though.
Okay. Is this how you would hold it?
Yeah. So essentially, you're going to be sort of arms bent quite a bit more than that. But then you are pretty much as you've got. Yep.
And I'm seeing a lot of buttons here. What do they mean? Drink, I kind of get that one.
Yeah, that was quite straightforward. Pit, that's your pit limiter. So when you're coming into the pit lane, obviously there's a speed limit in the pit lane.
So you just whack that on.
So basically press that, but you have to be below the speed limit before you press it. If you're above it, it won't work. So you've got to be below it. And then
that's a fun fact. Absolutely. That's a real fun fact. Okay, fail, that doesn't sound good.
Fail is if you're, no, it's never really good, was it? If you've got issues, this can steer and control so many different things. And if you have a sensor, for example, that you need to reset on the car because it's gone into a fail-safe mode or something like that, you can basically scroll through all the different menus that you have with this -10 and +1 buttons, and then you may have to hit the fail when you get to a certain menu that you've found.
Drivers have to do this whilst driving an F1
Absolutely,
race.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Lots to think about.
Yeah, seems easy. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I'm going to put that down so I don't drop it. So we're here with all the cars pretty much.
Almost, yeah.
Okay,
almost.
Cool. And you're going to chat to me about all the differences, because that looks a lot different to that one there. So what's happened in between?
Yeah, that's correct. A lot happened, to be honest, because even if you go in the middle, it's like different as well. Yeah. So every 4 to 5 years, F1 is like changing all the regulations.
Okay.
To not have like always the same team winning. So that's why this one is very different. So this one is very simple as well in terms of aero. You can see like at the front, even at the back, you don't have a lot of details, but you will see when you will go on the other end is like very complex. So
and this is a lot smaller as well. Like that one looks enormous compared to that one.
Yeah, that's correct. This one is like smaller, so it's like, you know, when you go to Monaco, it was easier to overtake.
Yeah. And now they're massive in like a tiny little road. So why have they made them so much bigger?
That's a good question, to be honest, because now we have like, you know, inside the engine, so we have like batteries, so as well like they have.
Oh, of course, because the different engines
exactly.
now.
Yeah, engine is different, so as well like the tires are way bigger.
So you don't actually want them to be big; they just have to be big.
Yeah, exactly. So we are trying to reduce a bit now. In 26, it will be again new regulations, so they're trying to reduce a bit because now again, when you go to Monaco, it's impossible even to go with one car.
The biggest thing I've noticed is that's glossy, the paint, and that is really matte.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to change that?
So we have like two, it's a very good one. So we have one is like for the aero around the car, so like, you know, the air going through the car.
Yeah, so how does that make a difference, just the paint?
So because the paint, like, you know, like you can feel there is like small, very small holes when you are going matte. And like this one, like the air is like flowing around the car. And when you go here, so you have like a different airflow around. But you have like another reason, like branding, because we changed as well our branding. So this one was like a bit more 2000, and this one is like a bit more like 2020, 2010. So it's like a mix of branding and as well a bit of aero and the performance of the car.
Is it mean if I say that looks better than that?
No, it's fine.
Is that rude?
It's old school. Yeah, it's
I
good.
like that.
Yeah,
I think that's a bit different. I don't want to say boring. It's not boring. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to call that the wing at the back.
Yeah, rear wing, yes.
Yeah, very different sizes. So those ones are quite wide.
Yeah.
That one looks tiny.
Again, it's like FIA regulation, so we have like the maximum shape and size we can use with like the front and rear.
How much would a car change throughout the season? So the first race, the last race, how many, I mean, can you change the car completely, or is it quite regulated?
We do. So we have a cost cap, so we can spend more than 135 million per year. So it looks like a lot, to be honest. But
just 135 million, yeah.
So everything is part of the cost cap, like to build the car, like everything related to the car performance. So we have to build like the best car under this like regulation and under this cost cap.
And I was going to mention about the side pods because when you get around here, they are pretty big. And I'm guessing that's to do with air?
Yes, correct. So like all the big like hole you can see in the car is like again to cool down the engine, the gearbox, like the oil we have inside as well. So we need this, but again we are trying to reduce it.
Yeah.
So if you have a look to like our new 23 car, it's quite amazing because we reduced a lot like this air intake on the side pod to help us as well to reduce the drag and like improving our speed on the straight. So
and then the biggest thing over here, I guess, is the halo.
Yes.
So that was introduced for this one.
So yeah, for the RB14, and again, it's like helping a lot, like the driver's safety.
Yeah.
So we saw like the big crash in Bahrain, for example, Romain Grosjean, big crash, and without the halo, like it would have.
So that's now mandatory for all of them to have that.
Yes.
Okay, which I guess is pretty important.
Even like for F3, F2, and F1. At the beginning, I remember some drivers were saying like it's not really good, like, you know, you don't have a visibility, but
it's going to save your life.
No, everybody is very happy with it.
Tough luck, you got to have it. Okay, so now we're round to the newer ones. If you could say like one main difference between this and the first one, what would you say, like other than the engine, I guess, being? So
this one is like the 2020 and 2021, so we still have new regulations since. But like, the main, you can see like the size, it's quite massive. And you can see as well, like for example, on this one, RB14, so like the big details on the front wing. This one was like very simple, like, you know, it looks almost like a go-kart, and you see here like all the details, even on the floor, on the side pods, so on the barge board, so like it's...
Yeah, that floor is huge. Maybe I'll just get in and just have a little go. I'll just take around the car park.
You should, we have some space there.
Yeah, because then I can feel the whole air thing and experience it, and then I'll know. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
I grabbed a quick go in Red Bull's sim room, and then I was allowed to step into the real thing.
So this is 2012 RB8 driven by Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber, winning obviously the championship that year. This car we use for a lot of our show events. So this goes out and does a lot of the donuts that you see in city centres.
See, that's my favourite thing.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie, that's my favourite thing.
They're pretty cool.
I have a couple of stupid questions for you. How does it start? Does it have an ignition?
It has an ignition of sorts, but only sort of simply to sort of turn the power on, if you like. We have to start it by putting an external starter motor.
So you can't start it in the car, someone else has to start it outside the car for you?
Exactly, yeah.
Fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I'm told that when you sit in it, you're pretty much lying on your back and your legs are up there.
Exactly that.
Whoa, so hang on, your legs disappear in there?
Yes, yeah. If you see here, if you look in here, these are the pedals. So your feet are sort of up here, and if you look sort of that sort of height, and then your bum is all the way down there, so you kind of got this height differential.
I think I would be more here. So, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. Cool. God, so your little toesies are just right there.
Yeah, exactly that. They're all moulded into to bespoke sort of pedals for whatever driver it may be.
The other thing I know about these cars is that you have to drive them pretty quick for everything to work.
Yeah, exactly.
I know Rich, my dad, drove a Renault one, I think, once, and had to get it taken back in and the tyres warmed up because he wasn't going fast enough.
Yeah. Did he struggle to get out of the garage as well?
Oh, most likely.
I
He
think
probably
he did,
crashed it,
didn't
to be honest, knowing him. So you have to get to a certain speed for the car to work as efficiently as possible.
Exactly that, yeah. Because you need to get up to speed to generate the downforce, which pushes the car into the floor, which works the tyres, gets the tyres warm, then they start working properly, and then from there you can get your faster and faster lap times off of that. But yeah, you need to push hard to actually get it to do anything to start with.
So I have heard a rumour that I might be able to sit in this.
You certainly can.
One.
Yeah, absolutely. Might not be able to get back out.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to go about doing that.
Well, certainly with Max it's a bit more tricky because obviously they've got the halo around here now, so this one's all a lot more straightforward. So we'll just pop the steering wheel off, we'll take the headrest out, and then it's just a matter of swinging your leg.
That is literally Velcro.
Over the top. Yeah, little Velcro just to hold the straps down, and that pulls out. There.
Wow.
That's cool. So if you come and stand in here, and then basically all you need to do is throw your leg over one way or the other, just making sure that you don't knock the mirror. But you can put your hands on here, and then one foot into the bottom of the chassis there.
We thinking right leg first?
Yeah, you got it, that's it.
I'm 4'11", so this is quite difficult.
This is probably a little bit on the tricky side, then that's it, and then the other one up. And then all you need to do, once you're both feet in, is lower yourself down and put your legs forward at the same time. And then you'll...
God, you couldn't be
that's it,
claustrophobic
on your
if you
arms
were a
down
driver,
there. No, you
could
couldn't.
you?
It does get pretty tight there. If you consider when you've got a helmet on and the headrest in and everything like that, it does get pretty snug. So that's it. So you should be all the way down there. That's it. I'm just going to throw these over the top. There's your belts. And your headrest will come in. So if you just pop your head forwards a little bit, that's it.
Oh my gosh. I'm in.
Now it's starting to get enclosed.
I feel like I'd need a car specially made for me.
You maybe need a booster seat.
I think I need, yeah. I also can't reach the pedals. I mean, not even close.
Got a long way off. And then you've got the steering wheel. And there you go, you're set.
I'm driving the car.
Yeah, so you are obviously super low. I think like normally the eye line will be sort of about here, pretty much about where you are now, sort of thing.
Wow. Let me put my belt on just to be safe. Okay. Whoa, what is that? That one says fire.
Yep. Hopefully you don't have to use that one. But basically that is for, there's a fire extinguisher underneath the seat. And basically if you've got any issues, hit that button and the fire extinguisher goes off. That gives you a bit of time to be able to make your speedy exit out.
And what's that lever?
That is the brake balance adjustment. So the current cars are a bit different in the fact that they have an electronic brake balance system, whereas the old cars had the manual lever there. So basically you push it forwards to send your brake balance or more braking energy to the front axle, and then pull it back to send more braking energy to the rear axle.
And you'd have to do that while you're driving?
So they do that while they're driving. So when we spoke about changing gears, changing all the buttons, and the clutch, the pedals, they've also got that to play with as well. So there's plenty to be thinking about.
I'm stressed, and I'm just sitting, and I'm really stressed.
Yeah,
wow.
they've got a lot to deal with.
Okay. And it feels pretty basic in here, not going to lie. It's not beautiful.
No
offense.
I mean, no offence taken. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, sort of what in there is the driver controls, and then that is sort of the survival cell. You know, that is the safe space, if you like.
Can they put stickers on it?
Yeah, so we have in here or on here a scrutineering label that goes on when we're away at races to say that the car's been scrutineered. But then sometimes, you know, the likes of Seb always used to have a little sticker of the car's name or whatever it was, saying there just to make them feel a bit more at home. But
And then obviously if you've got the halo on top, that's going to change it.
Yep, yeah, exactly. So the halo mounts from this central section here and then sort of down to the sides here. So it kind of encloses it again a little bit, but the drivers sort of say that you kind of almost look through it when they're driving. But
you really couldn't be claustrophobic.
Not at all.
Because this is tight.
Yeah, it
you
is.
also have to be very skinny.
Yep.
Very skinny.
Yeah, I say you have some snake hips to get into some of the seats that drivers get made. So.
Okay, in terms of how I'm going to get out...
Oh, we're going to leave you there.
If you'd like to spend the day with me and the DriveTribe team in person, make sure to get your ticket to DriveTribe Live through the link in the description.